That's what the red button is for with the circle.
Welcome back to the Chris and Veronica Show. My name is Chris, and this is...
I'm so disgruntled with you again.
It's Veronica. I didn't even say we were starting recording, but here we are.
It's
happening.
Veronica.
Hi, Veronica. How are you today?
I'm okay.
I'm wearing a different hat.
No.
I know. I'm shocked myself, too. So if you're watching on video right now, I am wearing a different hat. It is a NFL hat. It's kind of fun. Anybody want to try and guess what the team is? 3, 2, put it in the comments below. What do you think it is? Oh, check that out. It's like a collector's item.
What makes it a collector's item?
Well, first of all, what kind of hat is it, Veronica?
It's a Seattle Seahawks hat.
The Seattle Seahawks? You like the Seattle Seahawks?
The double.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, the eagle is in blue, embroidered in blue, and then you have the... I like that.
Right?
I've never seen that
because
before.
it's a collector's item, Veronica.
I just walked into that one, didn't I? You
You're
put the welcome mat and everything, didn't
you? Were saying already. You were trying to say like, oh, what makes it a collector's item? And then you looked at it and you were like, oh, because it was a limited run of a type of a hat, and it's a whole thing. So I am a skater dude right now wearing a Seahawks hat.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
No, because now it's a Seahawks. So
It's a
no, you're not a skater dude.
It's
now
a snapback.
you're the
It's a snapback.
Yes. Now you're what's that game called with the little men and you have to turn them and they're in the Yes, now you're one of those
foosball people. I'm a soccer player.
You're
kickball. Softball. Baseball. It was so funny. So we were out on the golf course earlier today at 8 a.m. This is a whole nother story. Ready for it? So at 8 a.m. this morning, and I was teaching this person how to golf. So we were not actually out on the course. We were actually just like hitting some balls and stuff. And we were sitting there, and she was like, my hair keeps on getting in my face. And I was like, so if you take a look down this entire row, and at the clothing everybody's wearing, like, what are they wearing? What are the similarities? Like, what does that look like, right? And I was like, especially look at the ladies, right? Like, what are they wearing for their hair? And like, how are they putting their hair up? And what does that look like? Because you can learn from others just by seeing, right? And this is only her second time doing this, right? And so for her, it's like something that's brand new. And so what I'm trying to do is get this, like, this is how you think about the thing. This is how you do the thing. And then that type of stuff. So in this one, it was like behavior. Yeah, golf. And, so for the behaviors, she was actually seeing it and being like, oh, okay, that makes more sense because there were people that had baseball hats that were faced forward, right? That then had the ponytail coming out of the back. And it was holding the hair like out of their eyes and stuff. And it's one of those like, you don't think about baseball caps as like golf caps, right? You think about baseball caps as like baseball and like having, the sun out of your eyes and stuff like that.
Oh, no, everything is a hair accessory when you have long hair.
Right? Yeah. See, I mean, I've got long hair right now and I'm covering it up with a hat. These are all things. Yeah, anyway, so yes, I don't know where we were at with that one. What were we talking about? I don't remember. We're just unscripted.
Yes. This is what happens.
It's what happens.
Because you all asked for this.
You did. Yes, everybody
how
online.
How do you feel about the 23andMe, the bankruptcy?
I heard that there was something about DNA dying or something. Yeah.
People were like, oh, go and delete your account and all this other stuff. And a lot of people in the comments were saying, listen, when you sent your DNA, that's it. There is no coming back from that because you gave them authorization back.
So like they already had it.
Yes, they already have it.
Like they've got it. It's too late.
And then somebody else said,
or...
well, if you work for the government, they've already had that for years. And which is true military, right? Wow. The military members, you give the blood and you do all these things, It just was like, I
was at a workshop last Thursday or something, and I was sitting next to one of the guys, and I was talking about bringing PrEP to another country, right? And because they don't currently have it as part of their like healthcare system to be able to have PrEP. And he was like, "Oh, what's PrEP, right? And like, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's what this is." And then somebody else at the table was like, "Did you get like vaccinated for monkeypox?" And he was like. He's like, I don't know. I do all the military stuff, so I don't know what that is. Like, I have no idea. They literally just shoot me up. And he like, because he runs on base, and he's on base as like a lieutenant or something like that. I think lieutenant. I'll have to remember in a second. Anyway, because he's there, medical staff literally just line you up and like give you shots of things, right? And he's like, I don't even know what I've got. Like, I'm sure there's a record of it somewhere, but I don't know.
They have to. They keep a record of all of that because when you get out of the military and you go in to put your disability claim, there's stack of records. Like I remember when my ex-husband, when we're still married and he was leaving the military, he had 3 books because he injured his back while, in the military. So all of that is part of the disability claim. So yes. It's important. Military, get a copy of your medical records.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was talking about, bringing prep to Greece, specifically like larger population type cities like Athens and stuff. There are some private places where you can get it from, but typically it's not covered by the like governmental healthcare system or whatever. So it was like a whole thing. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that either.
Because we're unscripted.
We are. I know. These are all crazy things. But yeah, with that, like, it was a really fun workshop. We did a day and a half of it. It was technically a 2-day workshop, but I had like meetings and stuff throughout.
Of course you did.
I did. Yeah. Gotta save the world somehow, Veronica. Just gotta do it.
One meeting at a time.
Yeah. Literally one meeting at a time. That's yes.
What are some things you have that are coming up that you're excited about?
So I would say economic development is a big thing for me right now.
Ooh, I love that. I love that you give so much back to the community, and I think it surprises people. I think it surprises people when they see you in a room and you see other people, community leaders, pillars of the community say, if it wasn't for Chris, X, Y, and Z, right? All these things that are happening. And I think it really surprises people how much you give back, that you're not just in the space because you like to have a good time. I mean, you do, but that's not the only reason why, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The like communications, I call it the like 1 to 20, right? Or 20 to 1. 20 yeses to the 1 no, where if I'm working with people, I like to be able to have those like 20 yeses to that one, like, oh, we should probably fix this thing, right? And in the rooms that I go into, a lot of times I tell people like I'm something different to each person.
Yes.
Right? Literally completely something different to each person because each person is coming from a different place or a different knowledge. Like I ran into somebody this past Friday and she was like, oh yeah, you're the guy that was taking photos. And I was like, yeah, I was taking photos, right? Like that's a thing, right? I was taking photos in front of a backdrop. And at the same point, I also have a very large contract with the organization to be able to take care of everybody in that space in a lot of different ways. And this is what it looks like. And so for that person, I also had to sit down with them because there were some other things going on. And I was like, hey, just, I have a contract and I can fix this stuff. So just let me know and I can step in and I can fix it. But you've got to ask, right? Like I can't just provide the thing. I need to make sure that everybody's on the same page before I do the thing. And she looked at me like kind of like with a twitching eye and was like, really? Like you're the photo guy, right? And it's that like, and they were standing next to somebody else who I know very well. And I was like, I mean, this person understands this stuff and like we're all having this conversation right now, which is a very tough conversation, but we're having this conversation right now. And so know that these are all things that we should be engaging in and doing these things together. I'm not just the photo guy, right? So there's sometimes
now I'm gonna have to introduce you now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Chris. Yeah, he's the photo guy.
Yeah, he's the photo guy. Yeah. He's taking everybody's phones to take a photo. But these are all things. So I'm literally something different to each person. But for each room that I'm in, I try to be able to find the best way to be able to support people in the things that they're passionate about. And every once in a while, there are things that I do that people don't recognize that they need in the moment. But then later on, they're like, oh, yeah, that was the helpful spot. That was the thing. And yes, right.
I loved how at one of the events we were at and you said, Veronica, go take a picture with this person. And I said, oh, I already go take a picture with that person because she needs to get her away. And I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, it's time to take a picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But no, goddamn. I'm like, okay. I love that. And so did the person was very appreciative afterwards. When we talked about it, they said, oh, yes, thank you, because I didn't know how to. And that's the thing, right? Looking at a situation and being able to offer that help when they need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, economic development, that's something that I'm very excited for coming up. There's some large scale stuff that is in the works right now. And I think that's going to be some fun things to be able to engage in. I think that for me, I look at market rate housing, I look at affordable housing, and I look at how to be able to combine the two into something, so that people that are doing market rate housing can also do affordable housing.
Yes.
And that there are the like proper incentives and things in place to be able to do both, because we need both, right?
Yes.
Just like in some cases we need luxury housing, right? Like we need a whole series of things so that the entire ecosystem works together on the housing front.
Yes, because people don't realize we need those luxury housing so that it brings in more money into the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are all like different types of things. So those things I'm very excited for right now.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. And then, engaging small businesses, not just small businesses, but like people that are looking to ideate in different ways, through different startup communities and things to be able to engage. I think there are some really fun things that are happening on that front. I want to say, so like these are things that I really can't talk about, but I'm going to do a generic thing. If you could cure cancer, would you do it? Yes. Right. Like one of those things that I'm working on is one of those types of projects where like it is so big that it would change the lives of pretty much every human on the planet, right? Like I always tell people, bring me your largest issue today so we can solve it. So tomorrow we can solve your next largest issue. And for the person that I'm working with on this one, I've been working with them for quite some time to be able to get them to the point of being like, oh, wait, I don't just have to treat cancer. I can actually prevent it. Right. And they're getting to that point of like,
ooh, that
doing
would be
it,
really
right?
big. Only because in my mind, after watching that movie about the opioids and all the things, how it started in my mind, it's like, I feel like there are always going to be companies that want to exploit and to make more money versus, so don't fix the problem. Let me give you other reasons of how to bring us more money without fixing the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's, lots of things in these spaces. So I'm very excited. There's some really, really big things. At that same point, I have the like joy, right, of working with people when they are trying to think of something to be able to better their lives. And I really, really love that aspect because no matter where somebody's at, I'm able to sit down with them and be like, would you rather lose $100,000 over the next year and a half or make $5 million over the next 10 years? By making this decision right now, this is literally what you're deciding on, right? And to have people be able to understand what the $5 million problem is rather than that I'm going to lose, $150,000 over the next couple of years. Like these are two huge, huge things that people can do. And just making sure that I'm providing those opportunities so that people who are ready for them can fulfill on them, understand the gravity of the thing that they're involved in, and being able to like do that, like working in the cancer space, right? Like could be a thing. So these are all, there's a lot of really great things that are coming down the pipe. Does that answer your question, Veronica? I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes, it does.
Let's bring some levity back to the camp. We don't have Rico here today.
I know.
The amazing gay Chihuahua. Not gay. He's the amazing Chihuahua. He.
How do you know? Has Rico said no?
Oh, he has a girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, Rico has a girlfriend. Did you not know this?
No.
Yes, Rico has had a girlfriend since he was very little. And she's super sweet. She's a Pomeranian.
Oh.
Right? They are just the cutest when they are together. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, they have their little play dates and stuff and hang out and yeah. So Rico's not here right now. He spent the night at Grandma's house last night. That was so fun.
You were an empty
We were empty nesters. Pocket and I were empty nesters.
What did you do with your lives?
Oh my gosh. What didn't we do with our lives? Let me tell you, when we talk about yesterday, right? And this is like, I don't drink. These are all things. But we went like club, bus, another club, but like it was everywhere. I think yesterday I probably got like 30,000 steps in because we were going between like all the different clubs and stuff, just like saying hi to people that we hadn't seen in years. Yeah. And I was like, wait, we don't have Rico. We can like stay out until like midnight.
And you did
what? I know. I'm normally in bed by like 8 or 9, and I was still like out and about. Like it was the whole thing. It was so Rico's not here, but we did get to go out and about and like see a bunch of our friends and stuff, and be able to like hang out with people that I haven't seen in a very long time. And there were a lot of people that had flown in and everything, and so we were just hanging out.
And reconnecting. Those are always fun times.
It was great. So.
And then you're saying, oh my God, don't let it be so long before the next one. And then 10 years go by and here you are again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At this point, if I don't create intentional time for it, right, it's not going to happen. So better to create that intentional time. This was one of those, like, we had planned for it. And yesterday was also my first no laptop day in a very long time.
Who are you?
I know. It's a whole thing. My laptop was in my bag like the entire time.
I've never seen Chris without his laptop.
I didn't even bring my bag with me. I know. Escándalo. It was it was a whole thing. Wow. I know.
Yeah. Wow, I'm like in shock.
I'm in shock
That's
too.
like me not having my phone.
Yeah. I mean, my phone almost died 3 times. But, I was not on my phone, right? I was definitely on my phone the entire time, just not on my laptop. Yeah, but
the laptop is something, because you're always prepared, which... Yes.
Oh, and I found out that my book that I'm currently reading for book club is actually on audiobook. And it's narrated by the artist.
Audiobooks.
And so I downloaded it so I can actually listen to it.
You are an audiobook person?
Well, so I've tried reading it. And I've tried reading books in general.
I can't.
I just can't read.
Do you know what my problem is? Audiobooks is I catch myself doing other things. So I'm not retaining the information.
Okay, imagine that, but in your mind, Veronica. Let's go there for a minute. Because like when I'm reading a book, there are 400 other things that are on my mind other than the book.
Oh, mine is not like that. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, mine is like, oh my gosh, really? What happens next? Let me turn the page. Right. I love holding a book.
Veronica loves the drama.
Yes,
I mean, this is the shock point right now. Like everybody watching online, listening, all the I know we're all shocked, but Veronica loves it. What did she say to her? Flip the page, turning it over. Like, so what'd you say?
I was telling Pocket that I don't know how, but now Netflix recommends a lot of K-dramas.
Oh, my.
And then my husband was like, what are you watching? I'm like, did you know
right?
There's this almost like a telenovela. Yes.
Yeah. Dramatic squirrel moments and stuff.
I'm like, they're more dramatic than telenovelas.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I'll start watching them and now I have all these, because you've watched all these recommendations.
And now you're stuck in the endless loop of like.
No, but it's actually I kind of like them. It reminds me of telenovelas.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Pocket, I was like, although, you would think that I would watch telenovelas, but I don't. So you know what? Next time we record, I'm going to go on the hunt for telenovelas. So if anyone out there knows any telenovelas that I should be watching, definitely let me know.
Yeah. I heard of one that was on Netflix from like one of our mutual people that we know. I'll also have to find it and try and find it. I'll bring it to you.
Really? A telenovela?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's all in Spanish, right? So it's like, so you know how Netflix, it has like different types of shows and movies and stuff, and they're like multiple languages and like all that stuff. And so there was a couple that were in Spanish that she recommended to me, right? Because being like in Mexico for so long, like I can watch something just like for the thing that we were talking about earlier, where like 3/4 of it was in Spanish. I was like, I'm good, right? And everybody else like around that was like,
Chris, what did they say? Chris, what does that say?
Yeah. Like all the, it was a whole thing. So yeah, anyway. Where were we at? I don't remember.
You're going to ask her to find out the name of it.
Show.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll try and find it, what it was, because she recommended it for
me. And I'll ask all my Facebook friends, hey,
a series,
what telenovela would you recommend? Because it's really, oh my gosh, it's been forever. I think the last one was with, I think Veronica Castro. I think that was her name. And it's, I forgot. She was supposed to be 16 in this, in this telenovela, which we knew she was not.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely, that's going to be my next adventure.
Okay. Let me know what you find. Just let everybody know what you find. Yeah.
No, I will. I will. Hey, on my hunt for.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum.
What is it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Have you watched anything that left you like, oh my gosh, I got to find out more about this?
No. So I have not been watching TV. So I have been at 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. for the last, I don't know how long.
That's probably why you got sick.
Well, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it was my body telling me to slow down. Plus, there was a thing that was going around anyway. So I was like, I took intentional time to be able to like, but with that, there was a new show that did come out that I did watch that was on Netflix. And I'm trying to remember what it was. And then Pocket started watching it and it was a whole thing. And then Pocket was like, did you watch this already? And I was like, yeah. You always watch all the good stuff without me, and then you don't tell me about it. And I was like, you found it though. I mean,
you know what I watched when I binge watched because my sleep schedule was off. Nobody Wants This. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I thought because it was supposed to be someone dating a rabbi.
Oh,
but she's not, or she doesn't follow any organized religion. It was actually pretty funny. I really loved it. So that was good. I was actually surprised by that. And of course, we watched that documentary. I love documentaries. It just makes me want to find out more. And then before you know it, there are my true crime stories.
Oh, geez. I call those the murder shows. Pocket watches all the murder shows. I don't watch the murder shows.
You know when you should get worried when Pocket comes out with a notebook and then, okay, don't do this.
All right, step 1, step 5.
You know which one people did not like at all? Gone, Baby Gone with Ben Affleck and stuff.
I don't know.
But that
I've
was
never
a
heard
really
of this.
yes.
What is
a lot
it?
of people did not.
So there's
Gone
Ben
Baby
Affleck,
Girl,
Gone Baby something.
Girl something. Yeah, Gone Girl Baby something like that.
Okay.
That was actually really good. It was kind of like a whodunit and how. Yes, it was really good.
Okay.
Yes.
So like a murder mystery,
Yeah, it
but
was,
not like
but she faked her own
show.
death and she tried to frame
She
her
died.
husband.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh man, how? Because I was house sitting for a friend, so it was on their whatever
Their Apple
platform.
TV thingy or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, it wasn't. It
it's like
wasn't on any platforms. It was on their TV.
Just
Yes.
like there.
The free channel for it was like an LG. You know how LG has you know how Vizio has Vizio channels or LG has LG channels.
Sure.
So whatever TV channels they had, yes. And then there was 2 movies that I didn't get a chance to finish watching, and La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah, the one with
dancing.
Oh my God. Yes, and the jazz and all that.
Sounds
stuff.
like there's some sort of dancing to it.
It
La La
was,
Land
but it
sounds like
had a lot of
something
jazz
dancing.
into it. I really liked them. Like 2 movies that I didn't get the chance to see how it ended. So now I was like, oh, let me go look what platform they're on. I'm like, I am not going to pay $2.99 to finish watching this now.
No. Plus, I boycotted a lot of platforms. These are all things.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
You know,
I've
got principles, Veronica.
Oh, is that what we're calling them today?
Sure.
Okay.
My reasons, what is it? Raison d'etre, right? It's a reason to be. Yes.
Oh, was that you attempting French?
No, that's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Raison
Yeah, I
d'etre.
didn't hear the French accent.
Yeah, raison d'etre. Is that better? Is that better for you, Veronica? Is that better? Yeah. It's like your reason to be, but typically in like life situations. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I believe you. I need why haven't I gotten a polo shirt?
You need a polo shirt?
Yeah,
I have another one in the
creative.
other room. Schuler Creative. It's a polo shirt. I'm wearing it right now along with my Seahawks hat.
It goes.
Collector's edition with the tag still on.
I never understood people. I could understand if it's a collector's edition with the tag still on.
Yeah.
Then why are you wearing it?
Well, because my sweat makes it even that much more of a collector's item, right? So when I become very popular and then I'm signing things for our fans on chrisandveronica.com, then I can sign things for our fans, right? And they'd be like, oh, remember that hat they had back in episode whatever? Ooh, I'm going to get that hat. I'd be like, okay, I'll sign that for you and send it out on the mail.
How many episodes we have now? What, 19?
I don't remember. I don't know. It's somewhere around 20, give or take 5.
I feel like you can definitely see our progression.
Yeah. Either for good or for better or for worse. Yes.
No, it has gone better.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely has gone better. Oh, yes. Unscripted was the way to go.
I agree.
Yes. But everybody is like, you should do this and you should talk about that. But I feel when we have a topic, it's not the same.
No.
We try too hard.
Yeah. Topics are not a thing. That's definitely not a thing.
You know what we should do? We should have a jar and put all the things we want to talk about. And then each episode we'll pull it out and this is what we're going to talk about today.
It's called an Excel spreadsheet and you just put it on random. We already have that. It's part of our planning documents.
Yes, but then we could have a prop.
Oh, like an actual jar.
Yeah.
Like a prop. So it can block your face. Like with the water bottles that you put in front of the video camera.
And then we're going to go on Craigslist and you'll see the announcement for co-host.
Well, step 1 in how to... These are all things. Anyway, thanks for joining us. That's 20-ish minutes in.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
We have so much fun together.
Flies when you're having fun. Yeah. And if you love my hat, make sure that you comment below.
Yeah, this episode really was the ramblings episode.
It was, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so comment below Seahawks and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. And I'm going to turn on some music. That's a whole pew, 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 pew. This is the Chris and Veronica Show. My name is Chris, and this is...
It's Veronica.
Find us at chrisandveronica.com on all the socials, Chris and Veronica Show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.